My mom and dad were both from what we call the Easton area, and they actually kind of knew each other when they went to grammar school. And my dad graduated from high school. My mom finished the 8th grade. After that, my dad enlisted in the Navy, and there was a long period of time where they didn't see each other. But Dad was home on leave, and he connected with my mom at the Rainbow Ballroom. And then he was in the service, and then they started corresponding. And when he had shore leave, which wasn't very often, and they met and had shore leave one time up in Seattle, and we have a picture of them when they did sidewalk snapshots. They had a ranch in Easton, and I think the thing that we think about them the most is how hardworking they were, and that they worked side by side, chopping cotton, feeding turkeys, and supporting each other and supporting the children. And you had a sense that they had a connection. And I think that connection just came more and more, and especially in the last months of their lives. How dedicated, when my dad could hardly walk, get up with his cane, and could only go about 10 feet when he was short of breath. And his main concern was my mom, because we all knew that she was going downhill really fast. The last time I took him to the doctor, and he said, "I'm okay, I want her fixed." And it was just a short time after that my dad got a blood test, and it said that he had kidney failure. And the doctor called later in the afternoon and said, "Your dad has kidney failure and he has 2 weeks to live." We couldn't believe it, because he still looked really good. And we had talked about putting Mom on hospice the week before. And 2 days later, we put both parents on hospice. They wanted to die at home, and they wanted to be together. And that's what we wanted to do for them. It was a toss-up of which one was going to go, because my mom's breathing was so shallow, and she was so little, we could hardly see her holding on much longer. And Dad kept wanting to help her up to the very end when he could hardly walk. He was there for her. And it was the commitment that one's going to go, or is the other one going to go? And my dad fought as hard as he could and finally gave out. And we pushed their hospital beds together and put their hands together. And my dad and Mom, my dad died holding her hand, and my mom died 5 hours later. We felt blessed, because we know that that's what they wanted. And when we went to the funeral home and saw the 2 caskets, it was meant to be, and that's the only way it could end.